Movie Monday news. Let's go on with the first thing, which is that we over the weekend got our first teaser for Megalopolis. We also got a look at Mr. David Corenswet look as Superman. We also have learned of a new body horror movie at Cannes, and we just got our first couple of new pictures for Maxine, which is one of our most exciting films all year. Before we get into all of this news, I want to let you know that we are running a giveaway. All you have to do is be subscribed and comment below which piece of news you got most excited for. That gets you an entry into the giveaway. But let's get into this news right now. Let's talk about Megalopolis teaser, which is going to be the Francis Ford Coppola film that he self-funded, and he actually paid tribute to his late wife in the captions to this teaser. He says, "Megalopolis has always been a film dedicated to my dear wife Eleanor. I really had hoped to celebrate her birthday together this May 4th, but sadly that was not to be. So let me share with everyone a gift on her behalf," in which we see the first teaser, first look, if you will, for this film, Megalopolis. In the little teaser that we get here, we see Adam Driver's character, who plays the idealistic architect attempting to rebuild New York as an American utopia, and he's pretty much seemingly almost at the end of everything. It seems like he's trying to jump off this building and then he doesn't, and it's kind of interesting, and it kind of looks good. Honestly, it looks well shot. One thing I will say is that myself, I am not definitely all the way there with this film just yet. I think Francis Ford Coppola has done a number of great projects over the years, from Apocalypse Now to The Godfather, and he definitely was this big director up until the 90s, in my opinion, and ever since then anything he's done, whatever for me, I'm not all the way there thinking that this is going to be the epitome of cinema, the pinnacle of what it means to make a great film. But I think it's an interesting angle that it's self-funded, and the whole talk about that it's so wild that nobody knew how to market it. Of course, we have the people distributing it here that did Anatomy of a Fall. So we'll see what happens with this. It could definitely just push through the first weekend because of the talk, the whole thing around it. It's mainly selling as a story, I think, than an actual film. But we'll see what happens. I may be wrong, and I'll be the first to admit when I'm wrong. But let's get into the other piece of news here that I'm excited for, which is that Coralie Farguet is directing a new film called The Substance. Coralie Farguet has a film called Revenge from 2017 that I have not watched, but I've seen it be popped up on my feed so many times that it's on my watch list now. Written and directed by Farguet, The Substance stars Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, and they have a first look about this film, which that was what intrigued me. I saw this and I was like, what is going on here? I need to see what this is about. So it's going to be premiering at Cannes, and this is what it says. "Have you ever dreamed of a better version of yourself? You should try this new product, The Substance. It changed my life. With Substance, you can generate another version of yourself, younger, more beautiful, more perfect. Just share the time. 1 week for one week for another, a perfect balance of 7 days. Easy, isn't it? If you follow the instructions, what could go wrong?" And we see some pictures of Demi Moore, we see some pictures of Margaret Qualley, and a picture of what I assume is Margaret Qualley on the floor right here, and Demi Moore standing over her. So I'm pretty sure Demi Moore is playing the older person, and we see that this is definitely Margaret Qualley who's playing the younger self of Demi in this. And what could go wrong? A lot. It's being described as a body horror, and I mean, we already see some body horror right here, and we'll see what this movie is all about. But I'm definitely excited. Another reason to be jealous of anybody who will be at Cannes Film Festival later this month. We also have a new movie called The Carpenter Son with Nicolas Cage and FKA Twigs, which is being called a Jesus-based horror movie. So the Deadline report reads that Nicolas Cage and FKA Twigs, who will both appear in 2 movies this year, Arcadian and The Crow, will be leading the cast of The Carpenter's Son, which is said to be exploring the rarely told story of the childhood of Jesus with a horror take. The official synopsis reads, "The Carpenter's Son tells the dark story of a family hiding out in Roman Egypt. The son, known only as the boy, is driven to doubt by another mysterious child and rebels against his guardian, Carpenter, revealing inherent powers and a fate beyond his comprehension. As he exercises his own power, the boy and his family become the target of horrors, natural and divine." So this is actually going to be a film that also stars Noah Jupe and Suhaila Jaqub, and it is being directed by Lofty Nathan, who did a film called Harka, I believe, and has taken inspiration from the apocryphal infancy Gospel of Thomas for the screenplay. Dating back to the 2nd century AD, the text recounts the childhood of Jesus. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm seated for this. It sounds interesting cast as well. So definitely something that I'm excited to see what it's going to be all about. But we also have gotten our first look at David Corenswet's Man of Steel, as we see that James Gunn has released a first look at the suit and David Corenswet in it on Threads. And I'm excited for this. The trunks are here. It looks great. It looks interesting, different than what we've seen before. So that's always a positive in my opinion. And, I'm always here to see what a new reinterpretation of Superman will look like. Even though we've seen so many over the last 20 years, we will still be seated for this and excited for it. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Is this what you expected? Is it not? Or are you still waiting to see before you can make your decision of, yeah, this is going to be a good Superman? But I'm definitely there for it. So let me know what you think. And our last piece of news is that Australian filmmaker Sean Byrne, who did The Loved Ones and The Devil's Candy, has a new horror film titled Dangerous Animals. So we know that Hassie Harrison, Jay Courtney, Josh Huston will star in The Dangerous Animals. In The Dangerous Animals, it's described as sort of this super intense gripping story of survival in the face of an unimaginable, malevolent predator. In clever melding of the serial killer and shark movie genres, it makes the shark look like the nice guy. So I'm kind of interested in what that actually means. So it says that Saphir, played by Harrison, is described as a savvy and free-spirited surfer who is abducted by a shark-obsessed serial killer. Held captive on his boat, she must figure out how to escape before he carries out a ritualistic feeding to the sharks below. The only person to realize she is missing is a new love interest, Moses, played by Huston, who goes looking for Saphir only to be caught by the deranged murderer as well. This sounds very interesting. It's going to be shopped around at Cannes Market, apparently, and we definitely will see what this one's all about. So this is an interesting one. Just want to talk about. I've seen The Loved Ones. I have not seen The Devil's Candy, so I'm definitely interested in watching that as well, because I think that Sean Byrne has a very distinct style. We'll see what that's all about, but let me know what you thought about all of these news, from the Carpenters to the Substance, Megalopolis, Superman, and this new film Dangerous Animals. And also we have some Maxine pictures, but that's a whole video on itself, so make sure you tune in for that video that's going to be out today as well. Let me know what you thought about all of this in the comments down below, and if you're excited or not. And as always, that is going to do it for me. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers, less than 200 to go, so super pumped to get to that 30K mark. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.